agenda, as you all know, with a lot of interesting startups, and like to make sure we have enough time to see all the pitches. That's why you guys are here. So first of all, my name is Stefan. I work in the SDG team in Google, the program that you as startups all are part of. And one thing we wanted to try out as a pilot is to demo days, basically giving all the startups an opportunity to speak to investors. And I'm very happy today to welcome investors who are really keen to learn more about the startups that are presenting today. And we would like to make sure that the time is well spent. So we will, after welcoming all of you, have just a very brief overview of what Google with the SDG program is all about, because the investors might not know about it in detail, what we offer, before we then go straight into the pitches. So just as a general rule for these next 2 hours, so for startups, you have 3 minutes to pitch. As you all know, we have Sarah from our team here as well, who will be the timekeeper. So please make sure to stay in your time, as you all know. For the investors, you have the opportunity to ask 1 to 2 questions afterwards if the time is available and the startup doesn't spend more than 3 minutes on it. If you're not speaking, please be on mute to make sure we don't have any background noise. And also generally, as a FYI, be patient with us in case there are technical difficulties. We have people dialing in from all over the world, and you all know how it is sometimes with bandwidth issues. So let's make sure we are giving everyone the good opportunity despite technical difficulties. If you have afterwards to the program some more questions, investors, please just reach out to me, and I'm happy to do a follow-up conversation. We will, of course, share with you all the startup contact details afterwards, and make sure that you know exactly who was presenting today. Getting quickly started on the Google SDG program overview. So what we're trying to do as Google is we would like to empower social impact startups, make sure they grow faster, they accelerate with support from Google on a global level. You probably all know the UN 17 pillars that try to address until 2030 different areas. All the startups that present today fall into the 17 different pillars and try to make the world a better place. It really summarizes it quite well. And we have in our program today more than 300 different startups from 60 different countries, and we focus a lot on mentoring activities with many of our advisors in Google, but also outside of Google, that help our startups to crack business problems, to make sure they grow faster, giving them access to partners, information, etc. For the investors, just as an FYI, what are the requirements for a startup to join the Google program? So each of the startup must fall into the SDG pillars, and they need to leverage some form of technology. So that's obviously where Google can add most value, and that's where we think it's great to see a lot of innovation where Google can contribute. Also important to highlight, we talk here about for-profit startups. So it's not some businesses or activities that rely on donations or everything. It's really businesses that work from an economical point of view to build sustainable business models. And we also want to make sure founders are full-time on this topic and follow the general Google ethics and values. What do we offer for startups? We do mentoring, a lot of one-to-one advisory, giving startups access to Google employees, and as I said, also external people. And we try to identify technical gaps where potentially we can work together, making things forward. Overall community activities, we try out a lot of different things and see what adds most value. We offer workshops or general exchange. We will do a lot more in the next couple of months to see where we can add most value here. There's obviously a branding and PR aspect to it, and we're always open for new ideas on how we can help to grow the business. The demo day today is a very good example of that, because we've heard clearly from a lot of startups that, funding is obviously always a key part of it. As an investor, if you want to partner with our program, you can definitely join our partner network as well. We have someone we would connect to them with. We have today already from the broader ecosystem, obviously a lot of partners that work in this space, but we also would like to work with other partners from accelerator, co-working spaces, VCs, and so on. The idea is, generally speaking, for us, we have always an interest to have a great pipeline of startups that we can work with and grow, and make sure we can build up innovation in that space by collaborating, bringing startups together, try to address similar challenges, and make sure with the network effect we can help to grow. And you as an investor, we also like, if you're interested, and I ask you this in the sign-up form, if we offer sessions, we can invite you to on certain topics, or if you want to contribute and, for example, mentor, please reach out to us as well. Our startups are always like open for like new support from external that can help their business to grow. So who's in the room today? From the investor side, I just put in here a couple of logos. There's like a mix of very different investors in the call today, from the big VCs like About Capital in the UK, up to small angels, from literally around the world. In the sign-up, we asked specifically for investors who are interested in Africa. So there are lots of VCs and whatsoever out there in this world who like obviously cover other parts of the world, but we wanted to make sure it's as targeted as possible. So the audience here is really relevant for the startups. What are the startups that are pitching today? So here the overview of all the startups that are pitching today. It's, I think, a very nice mix, as I mentioned to you investors in the email, from multiple different industries and areas and markets. We have startups from 13 different countries today that will pitch. And yeah, I think we're all very excited how this will look like. We have basically 2 rounds. Very briefly, like in between, just like a 2-minute called bio break before we go to round 2. By the way, the order here, the running order is just randomized, so there's no particular reason why they're ranked like this. And there's like a mix between markets, verticals, completely randomized. So let's get started. We have now a good amount of time, so it will be like an intense program. And we will kick off, first of all, with Green Scooter from South Africa. I'll stop sharing here now my presentation, and Fisil, please bring up yours. Perfect.
Okay. All right. Okay. So can I go?
Please start. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Morning or afternoon. My name is Fizil. I'm the founder of Green Scooter, which is an automotive company. And the solution that we've been trying to solve, and we are solving, is the issue of first mile, last mile transportation, utilizing and introducing electric vehicles into the market. The reason why we've decided to go with this route is because of the cost of operating internal combustion engines versus EVs. And what we have proven is that our solution and our business focus on logistical overall has been a big problem for many people. Looking at our solution, number one, we have to look at the cost of operations, things like overheads. You know, we want to make sure that people don't dig too deep into their margins. And by introducing the ZV, being a cost-effective, low-maintenance alternative, has been very safe and it's been very beneficial for our users. And it's been very beneficial because they've found themselves saving 88% of their operational costs just by going electric. The ZV has been a product that gives people value for money. This is just a few images of our various products. One of them is a solar-powered version. When we look at our business model overall, is that we sell, release, we provide fleet management services and consultative services to our clients. Our product prices range from $6,500 right up to $7,900. Our leasing model is about $350 per month, and our advertising revenue is about $360 per month. That is how we work. When we look at our traction, is that we have an MRR of about $9,000 per month. Our lifetime value of our users on average is 12 months. We've built, sold, and leased 60 units nationwide, and we have 645 leads at the moment. When you look at the projections for our leasing, is that we're going to have a 7.98% implied weekly growth rate, an LTV of $588, an LTV CAC ratio of 69, and a CAC of $852. Our team is of four: myself, we have a co-founder, Malama, she's an aeronautical engineer. We have Malcolm Brooks, head of our supply chain, and Faisal Clark, who forms part of our business development and analyst. What we're currently raising is $500,000 pre-seed, where we're going to be applying it as sufficient runway, working capital, new hires, to re-strategize our North Star metrics, and I also have an increased production of 100 up to 150 units, where we will generate about $1.9 million in revenue. We do have future plans in terms of our energy management systems, etc. That's more of the tech side of the business. But I'd like to give you some time to ask me questions should you have any. Thank you.
So that's the call for the audience. So everyone, if you have any questions for Fasil, please ask now.
No.
It sounds like it's to the point. Don't be shy, everyone. So we definitely have great company. Yeah, thanks for that feedback.
I guess I'll stop sharing my screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much. Hatem, you're next. Hatem, are you here? Can you hear us? Perfect.
Yes, hello.
Welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be at this Africa Demo Day to talk about artificial intelligence for African languages and dialects. ICOMPA's unique work on underrepresented African languages and dialects is to bridge the linguistic gap between people and companies. And when we talk about Africa, we talk about large population with thousands of languages and dialects. This is a treasure, but at the same time, it's a daunting challenge for companies because of the linguistic barrier. In addition, we Africans, we are rooted in an oral tradition and unfortunately with low literacy rate. That's why we provide solutions based on a deeper machine understanding of African languages and dialects. We work on 4 axes. First is the computational linguistics to provide chatbots and automatic translation services, speech transcription services for legal media entertainment, automatic voice generation for the customer service, and voice-enabled commands for both for IoTs, banking, and telcos. All our products are multi-dialectal and multilingual for customer-centric industries. All this technology is built in-house with an IP in progress in the US. We went from 1 customer in 2019 to 25 customers today with no customer churn. We succeeded to crack 11 languages, African languages, North African languages, in addition to English, French, etc. Today, we have 8 languages in our pipeline. For this reason, we are looking for a pre-series A funding to develop services in other African languages, to hire business developers and increase our market. Our team is composed of PhDs in computer science, in artificial intelligence, in linguistics, and in mathematics. Ready for your questions.
Perfect in time, Hatem. Someone in the audience, any questions for Hatem? No churn, actually. Nice one. Fasil, please. You're on mute, Fasil.
Yes, I wanted to ask about you targeting all other African countries. How are you going to go about doing that without like creating a break in the context that is set by any individual? Like let's say in South Africa we've got 11 official languages. So how do you like make the context makes sense, because that's been like a big challenge for a lot of people getting into the space.
Yeah, thank you. Very good question. Our startup is a deep tech startup. We use deep learning and models of deep learning to create products that can understand languages, written languages in text, but also oral languages. That's why we create for each specific language or a dialect a specific model to create different products. We have already developed and deployed our services in Kenya, in Nigeria with 3 local dialects, and in Ivory Coast with a specific dialect in the country. All this for banks.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much, Adhan.
Thank you.
Super exciting. I worked a bit on languages. The complexity is quite crazy. And there's a lot more we can do to reach the users. Next one on the list is Grandmaster from Nigeria with Olubenga. Are you here? Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here. Yes. I'll share my screen.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Looks good. We can see it.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Nothing is more frustrating than having a brilliant idea but no money to start or grow your business. Lack of funding is the single biggest challenge facing entrepreneurs in Africa, according to the World Bank. Yet, loans are expensive, finding grants is exhausting, and grant writing is confusing. This is why we founded Grantmaster. Grantmaster is an online marketplace that connects ambitious organizations in need of grants with the top 5% of grant writers. Finally, funders can say goodbye to writer's block and missed deadlines. Why are we trusted by Africa's leading startups? Well, there are 3 reasons why. The first reason is that we're 3 times cheaper compared to the cost of hiring a full-time grant writer. We are 5 times easier, and we are 7 times faster compared to the time it would take you if you were to write a proposal by yourself. Now, let me tell you about our amazing market opportunity. There are 41.5 million MSMEs in Nigeria, 80% of whom apply for funding. This is a $5.8 billion market. Let me tell you about our business model. Currently, our marketplace is active, and we charge $220 per grant, plus a 2.5% commission on each grant won. However, we are raising proceeds to build our grants recommendation subscription platform, our SaaS platform, because essentially finding grants today is a lot of work, is a ton of work. So we want to build a platform where any funder, any entrepreneur in Africa can find the grants that they qualify for in seconds. Now, with our SaaS platform, it will create a flywheel effect, meaning that you start the search for grants on our platform, you find grants, then you hire a writer, and then you win a grant. Whether you lose or you win a grant, you still have to go back to find other grant opportunities. And this creates a flywheel that is sure to turbocharge our growth. Now, let me tell you about our traction. So currently we have, and this is just over the last 12 months, currently we have about $1.5 million in grant funding that is at due diligence stage for different clients. We have won $473,000 in grant funding. We have generated $57,906 in revenue. We have served over 80 clients. And here's the best part. We did all of this with $0 in marketing. But there's more. Let me tell you about our incredible team. My name is Olubenga Bubali. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Grantmaster. I've consulted with both Facebook and Google on digital skills in Africa across Ghana and Nigeria. I'm an alumnus of the Business in Leadership Institute of the Kellogg School of Management. And my co-founder and chief product officer, Emmanuel Akiosho, is an Anzisha Fellow. This is a prize that is organized by MasterCard, celebrating the youngest and most enterprising entrepreneurs in Africa. Improving the lives of the poor, excluded, and disadvantaged requires funding. This is why we're building the digital infrastructure to become the fundraising backbone of impact-driven organizations. With your support, we can help millions of Africans, millions of entrepreneurs who are solving top problems, win grants, and most importantly, go from frustrated to funded. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I see why you left Google. Great opportunity here. Any questions for Olubenga? Okay. Then we move on to the next one. Ilara Health. So Ilara Health from Kenya. Maximilian, are you here?
Yep, I'm here. Hope you can hear me.
Perfect.
And sharing my slides right now. Hope my slides are visible.
Not yet.
Not yet. Ooh. Still not yet.
Coming up now.
Awesome. The bandwidth issues. Great. So, hi everyone. My name is Maximilian, and I'm one of the co-founders and chief strategy officer at Ilara Health. It's a great pleasure to be here to be presenting virtually from Nairobi. So at Ilara Health, we're building a network of primary care clinics delivering affordable, quality healthcare to Africa's low to middle income demographics. We do this by financing the deployment of essential equipment within existing, under-equipped outpatient clinics across the continent, and then digitize these clinics through our software tools. Existing healthcare systems will be enabled to keep Africa's rapidly growing population healthy. There's an access gap with an estimated 500 million people struggling to access essential diagnostic services. There's a knowledge gap where over 55% of the time, clinical guidelines are not adhered to by care providers. There's an infrastructure gap with over $66 billion missing in yearly health financing. And then there's a payer gap with less than 1.5 insurance penetration prevalent across the continent. So how are we addressing this? We're addressing this by empowering the over 200,000 independent primary healthcare centers operating across the continent's hyper-fragmented care ecosystem. These are clinics that provide care to hundreds of millions of patients each month and generate over $10 billion in yearly revenue. And we began our journey by focusing on the diagnostic gap, financing essential diagnostic tools to PHCs across Kenya who previously could not afford such devices, nor could they access alternative forms of financing. This became our wedge, allowing us to build relationships with hundreds of clinics and generating growing revenue streams. Over time, our model has evolved to address adjacent pain points faced by our clinic partners: access to quality medication, therapeutic equipment, utilities. In essence, we began to finance everything a clinic needs to deliver better healthcare. And we couple this with our clinic operating system to digitize the clinic's operations from end to end. What we're doing here really is building essential services and technologies needed by clinicians into a clinic in a box, a bundle, if you will. And our long-term vision here is to build a sustainable model of great care delivery across Africa. We believe that we can deploy our clinic in a box to thousands of healthcare centers across the continent, empowering them to deliver the best possible care to their immediate communities. And we've been very fortunate to have received support from incredible partners to achieve our mission. And a big shout out, needless to say, to Google for Startups for having us today. And we have an incredible team backing us with clinical, tech, operational expertise to help us achieve our mission. Thank you, and please do get in touch if you're excited by our mission.
Thank you so much, Max. Really great work that you're doing here. And cannot agree more, Sheila. Great delivery as well. Any questions for Ilara Health?
One question, so maybe I missed it. What are you actually raising?
So we're currently, we're preparing for a Series B early next year. So in the midst of building out our relationship with investors as we speak.
Great. Thank you so much for your presentation. Moving on to the next one, Empower. Greg, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I'm just sharing. So first of all, happy Africa Day, and thanks for having us. Think about it. More than 500 million people in sub-Saharan Africa are without access to electricity. And many more suffer from load shedding. And moreover, a large part of the existing energy sources are harmful fossil fuels. And to make matters worse, many people cannot afford an alternative because nearly 2 billion people are financially excluded. But as a matter of fact, we're actually quite optimistic and believe that technology will reduce that pain, as Africa will not go that painfully slow way path. No, Africa will leapfrog. I mean, this is the same actually what happened with mobile phones in Africa before. When mobile phones got available, people didn't go for a landline. No, they went straight for the mobile phone, right? And equally, the continent will leapfrog to a decentralized and clean infrastructure. And at Empower, we provide exactly people with that. Clean, efficient, and affordable energy. And our solution consists of solar bundles, solar panel connected to a battery, connected to appliances for households, such as lights, of course, fans, fridges, etc., or not less important, for productive use, for farmers or small stores. And we have remote access to all the individual solar home systems. We can, for instance, see if it doesn't work properly and send someone over there to fix it. Two, we are interconnected with our partners, local entrepreneurs who do the last mile distribution, giving them the tools to scale with our technology. And thirdly, over the medium term, solar is by far more cost efficient than fossil fuels, but of course it has high upfront costs. And buying a solar system in Africa is comparable, maybe like a decision to buy a car over here. So this is why, to unlock the potential of solar, we and our partners provide people with a way to pay in installments. Our solution benefits both people and the environment, the climate, by providing access to clean and affordable energy. And it too reduces CO2 emissions by shifting people from fossil fuels to renewables. And it increases economic growth by providing communities with productive use applications and working closely with local entrepreneurs. Empower is managed by an international and local leadership team with a track record in emerging markets, in finance, and in solar. And we have a strong, supported by strong key partners. We are already present in more than 9 markets now, but we are going further, and we present you an outstanding investment opportunity, which benefits both the people and the environment. So do you remember when I asked you at the beginning to think of the people who are without access to clean and affordable energy? Do not only think of them, but get in contact with me and join Empower in our quest to unlocking solar energy in emerging markets. Many thanks.
Thank you so much, Greg. Really, really great product that you're having here. And any questions for Empower? Don't be shy. Feel free to ask.
Out of curiosity, I see you are based in Zurich. So how come but the company is in Africa? The phone number is looks like Spanish or Italian.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we are actually quite decentral. I mean, we are in 9 markets, as mentioned. We have people in many different places, but yes, we do have an office in Zurich, as well as in Zambia, for instance, in Cameroon, in Togo. And this number is Spanish.
Great. Thank you so much, Greg.
Thanks.
Cool. And moving on to an angel. Tony, are you here?
Yeah. 1 second. You just Hi everyone. Hello everyone. Can I start?
Please go ahead.
Hello everyone. My name is Tony. I'm the CEO and co-founder of An Angel. Thank you for allowing me to pitch our startup today, An Angel, the #1 app for doing good. So what is the problem that we're tackling? We're tackling the biggest problem. The UN and its member states identify 17 problems and sets 17 objectives known as Sustainable Development Goals. However, to reach these goals, more than half of the money is not available, it's missing. A mere $3.9 trillion every year. This is major. On the other hand, you have people and organizations who are disconnected, who want to solve the problems. Data is asymmetric or simply not available. So our idea is to harness the power of a community to do good. It came from 2 memories of my childhood. One is a tree in my class where we had to hang our BA. A BA stands for Bonne Action, which is good deed. And the other one, the second one, is the saying of my father, who always jokingly said to us, we might be poor in money, but we're rich in love. So everyone can give. And if people could do more good deeds, the world would be a better place. So an angel is uniting all stakeholders in one place and connecting them by a simple to use all-in-one innovative app. It is a gamified crowdsourcing crowdfunding app. In a few clicks, you can start a campaign or join a campaign. So what are the value propositions? I hope you have some time for me. No, it will not be possible for me to go through this for you today. Let us look at the main one. An angel is the tool to accelerate the implementation and completion of positive impact initiatives to get us closer to the Sustainable Development Goals. The second good one also is that we're building the biggest data lake on SDGs and the development sector. We're using blockchain and we'll soon be integrating artificial intelligence. So who's behind this? We have a growing list of advisors. I'm supported myself with our team locally. The more people hear about us, the more support we're getting. So we launched the application during a national crisis. It was an oil spill. Overnight, we mobilized thousands of people to manufacture artisanal oil booms from hair to contain the oil in the sea. Today, we have over nearly 300 NGOs representing 30% of NGOs in Mauritius, and we have accomplished 310 campaigns. Our growth goal is to scale to South Africa this year, which got 200 times more NGOs than Mauritius. So our tagline is do good, one action at a time. All we're asking you today is to think about one thing, one action, your bear, to support our innovative project to make the world a better place. We shall be waiting to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tony. Questions from the audience? Okay. Thanks a lot, Tony. Does an angel provide due diligence on non-profits? One question.
Sorry, Stephen, I didn't hear you.
One of the questions that just came up is, does an angel provide due diligence on the non-profits?
Yes, we've got compliance. We work with subcontractors who does compliance and due diligence because we are actually going to be channeling a lot of money because we have a blockchain to show the transparency, etc. And all the NGOs needs to feed in lots of information about themselves to be able to participate on the platform.
Next question, which blockchain are you building on?
So we're building on Ethereum for now. So everything is, we're using private blockchain because we don't have the money to have the public blockchain at the moment because we launching the V2 and in the sort of beta phase. But once we get in South Africa, it'll be fully fledged on Ethereum. But we're looking at different alternatives. Thank you. Thanks for the question.
Great. Thanks a lot, everyone. In the interest of time, let's move on. Karim, are you here?
Yes.
Perfect. Tony, can you stop screen share? Perfect.
Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Looks good. You can go ahead.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. My name is Karim Amer, co-founder of Raise. Agriculture is a really big market with estimated TAM of 3 billion acres of croplands worldwide. We studied this market very well, and we believe there are several challenges facing farmers in this sector. Among those challenges, water scarcity, inefficient usage of resources, climate change, and the billions of dollars in annual yield losses from fast spread diseases alone. In order to cope with such challenges, we built virtual field probing technology, an innovative technology that intelligently computes agriculture feed water levels and crop dynamics from multimodal, multispectral satellite data streams, while utilizing our proprietary AI and deep learning algorithms. The main advantage of our technology is that it depends on zero in-field equipment, which makes it very low cost, very highly scalable to work on any farm on planet Earth, while being weather resilient. Using our virtual field probing technology, we built FarmGate app, which provides optimal irrigation scheduling, fertilization plans, yield estimation, and early stress detection. The main value proposition of FarmGate is that it reduces water and fertilizer consumption while increasing farm revenues. For the business model, we have two main revenue streams. The first one is the annual subscriptions per acre for large private farms and agri-food companies. And we also have the other second revenue stream, the customized services for governments and climate organizations. For the traction, so far, FarmGate has monitored 500 acres successfully of potato fields in Egypt, and we have more than $200,000 in project revenues. In addition, we are proud partners of several elite local and international organizations, including CGI-AR. The founding team includes myself, Karim Amer. I'm the first Kaggle Master of the Science from Egypt, and I worked before Siemens Engineers in the States. My partner, Mohamed Al-Hero, has PhD from Imperial College London, and he has a long experience delivering multi-million projects in smart agriculture. We are supported by a very competent team, and most of our members have masters or PhD in AI or agriculture with international working experience. Right now, we are looking to raise around $300,000 to extend our operations and business development in the MENA and strengthen the company team through new hires. Thanks a lot, and I'm happy to take your questions.
Thank you very much, Karim. Any questions from the audience? Yeah.
Have you heard of One Soil? And if yes, how does it compare to One Soil?
So one of the there are two clear advantages. The first one, we provide irrigation scheduling. The second thing that our technology is weather resilient. So we have daily observations, even with sky clouds exist in this, which usually blocks the satellite imagery, but our technology copes with such a challenge.
Great. Any other question? No. Great. Thank you so much, Karim.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Vinzuzu team, are you here?
Yeah, hi, Stefan. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So I'll just share my screen out. See my screen?
Not yet.
Open now.
Let me know if you need support to share presentation from my end.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Can you see the slides?
Yes.
Perfect. Just let me know when I should go to the next slide.
Okay, yeah. So hi guys, my name is Akin, founder and leader of Winston. So WinSpay makes it easy for you to connect your financials and cash management directly to tens of thousands of POSs across Africa. So we can think of it as a Plaid or Square Cash for Africa. Next slide. So in Nigeria, we have a fairly banked community of adults at about 39.7%. However, Nigeria has the highest number of adults who are financially excluded at about 47% in continental Africa. Next slide. So WinSpay solves the issue of an unreliable distribution network for open banking services by building a culturally relevant, well-designed medium for financial inclusion and services for cashless solutions for fast-moving merchants and the informal communities across Africa. Next slide. It's also interesting to know that this is an $800 billion marketplace. In Africa, 80% of transactions are cash-led transactions. However, 75% of transactions were accelerated due to the advent of the pandemic and POS services adoption and services. In second and third quarter of 2021, we ran a B2C pilot program, which saw us on board over 6,000 accounts with $25,700 in revenue and $3,000 net revenue, and we grew 6% month to month. Fast forward to 2022, we built the Whistle stack with our API called Corduroy. So Corduroy is a software as a service protocol which offers a 360 suite financial service that leads to giving value-added services for fast growth businesses and merchants. Our take is 2% on processing fees and also 4% on interest, loans, and commissions across the network, as well as 15% on margins on POS terminal sales. So you ask us, next slide. You ask us, how do we reach 100 million in revenue? We say 1,000 service points across the board would generate $100,000 per day and over $250 million under 4 years and over $1 billion just over 4 years. We are most postured for the Sustainable Development Goals 9, 10, and 11. So that's who we are. We're WinSpay and we're best positioned to fulfill this need. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Any questions for our WinSuzu team? Okay, then I'll stop sharing from my end. And we continue our journey. Cure Bionics team, Taufa, are you here?
Hello, Mohammed is here. Yeah, I'm gonna share.
Perfect.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Looks good, yeah.
Is it moving, just to make sure?
It works.
Okay. So hi, everyone. My name is Mohammed Dawifi. I'm from Tunisia. I'm the founder and CEO of Cure Bionics. So every 90 seconds in the world, there is one limb amputation. What's more shocking here is that more than 90% of them can't afford a functional prosthetic. And that's for different reasons. An expensive cost that goes from at least $8,000 US, which is not in our region, but only in the US, and can reach up to $150,000 US. The long waiting time, it's more in the non-developed countries. It takes from weeks and sometimes goes to some 2 years. And we have that example in Tunisia here. And the non-adjustable size of the socket part, especially for children, but also for adults who gain or either lose weight. And finally, the unpleasant design. And the list is long. For this reason, we founded Cure Bionics with a mission to democratize access to affordable and functional prosthetics. We offer a 3D printed bionic arm that is half of the cost of the cheapest one in the market. It's muscle controlled, no surgical intervention. It's lightweight. It has an adjustable socket, and it's fully customizable. It can provide up to 9 grips. And for customization, it can be either with silicone gloves or with magnet covers that can be continuously changed. The idea is that we can scale hardware products fast and big. And the strategy is that we'll have local touch point in the target market for 3D scanning and getting the measurement. And we will have one maintenance center per country. The idea is that the customer will go to the closest point in his country. He will get scanned. We will get the measurement. We will 3D print after upgrading the design, assemble, and deliver, and that's in less than 7 days. Our revenue model is based on 2 parts, the bionic arms. As you can see here, we have 3 versions from left and right and 3 sizes, small, medium, and large, starting from the age of 6. And the customization covers either for silicon glove or for customizable covers. We have a team of multidisciplinary, let's say, backgrounds from engineering, product design, and we have amazing experts and mentors from multiple sectors. We've been part of multiple programs, and we won some awards like the Global Problem Solver by Cisco, been part of covered by media like Forbes and Time magazine and MIT Tech Review. And we are searching for 800K to get our approvals and certifications, upgrade our R&D and production unit, and scale to other markets. We want to introduce more superheroes to the world as we see them. So be part of our journey, and thank you for your time. Yes, if you have any question, I'll be glad to answer.
Love it. Awesome. Great what you're doing for inclusion. Any question for Mohammed? Okay. Yeah, please stop sharing. And we move on to social care. Alonso, are you here?
Yeah. Thank you, Stefan. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Looks good.
Okay. Hi, everyone. It's really great to be here. My name is Nonso Purum, and I'm the founder and chief growth lead at SocialCare. At SocialCare, our mission is to ensure that everyone will have access to quality healthcare, irrespective of their socioeconomic condition. So, like most developing countries in Africa and Asia, my country, Nigeria, faces 2 very big problems. Every year, we worry about over 90% of the population who don't have health insurance. And because millions of people don't have health insurance, they rely on out-of-pocket payment. Out-of-pocket payment means people are, there are no safety net, and people find themselves going back into poverty. Think about over 55,000 women that have to lose their life every single year because they cannot afford to finance healthcare when trying to have a child. But again, we also have the problem with the environment. Nigeria generates about 30 million tons of waste every year and about 20 million plastic bottles, which creates environmental problem, cause public health issues, and affect marine lives. For example, when plastic block waterways, they turn to breeding ground for mosquito, which creates room for malaria that affects a significant number of people. As a company, we understand that these both problems are huge and catastrophic. We thought, how can we use one problem to solve the other problem? There is problem with health, and there's also a problem with environment. And there is huge problem with trust on insurance and financing insurance premium. We created SocialCare as a low-cost micro-health insurance where people can pay cash or use their recyclables to finance their health insurance premium. This way, we ensure that people have healthcare and the environment is clear. This is how we generate revenue. When anyone can go online to pay for the premium, where we make a significant amount of commission from the premium, about $1, and when they buy for annual premium, we make about $12. But when people pay with recyclables, because like mobile money, we create agents in communities who accept recyclables on our behalf in communities, where we aggregate these waste, sell them, and use the proceeds to finance insurance for people. When we accept recyclables as premium, we make $3 for every premium. We make $3 by selling the premium, and as well by selling plastic credit from a company in Norway that pays us in power credit. So our long-term goal is to be able to use a simple API to provide insurance to millions of people, not just in Nigeria, but across African countries, because we've received so many calls from countries in Africa, as well as countries just like Bangladesh, where there's also urgent need for healthcare financing and environmental sustainability. We've had calls from recycling companies asking us how they could partner with us. So our long-term goal is to deploy simple API that can allow any recycler anywhere to provide insurance for people, irrespective of their socioeconomic condition. So our work is driven by a team of experts who have significant years of experience in insurance, management, sustainability, as technology, and data management. This is a project that we are running with the state government in Nigeria to create behavioral change around recycling that will onboard 30,000 people on, by 4th of June in a couple of weeks' time. So we're looking for $300,000 to help us improve our mission, strengthen our marketing, improve our collection process around recycling. So join us in this mission of healthcare inclusion for millions of people, irrespective of their socioeconomic condition. My name is Nonso Porum, and I'm the founder and chief growth lead at SUSOCARE. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you, Nonso. Great what you're doing in the recycling area. Any questions for Nonso? No? Okay. Thank you so much. Moving on to the next presenter for today, which is Rural Sense. Yeah, are you here? I see you bring up the presentation.
Yes. Perfect. Pleasure being here. Hello, everyone, and thank you all the other people that presented. You're amazing. We are Rural Census, so we are 10 team members from all over the world, 8 different nationalities. We are 31.8 years old and in average, which means we are old enough to have some experience and young enough to not be scared to think outside of the box. Most of us met at the University of Cambridge at the Center of Sustainable Development. Our end goal is to create a world where everything is, every decision is led by what people really care about. And our mission is to unlock the enormous market potential in sub-Saharan Africa by making market insights accessible, affordable, and ethical. We are looking for a $0.9 million investment that will help us reach $2 million in annual recurring revenue. Market insights, this is what we're talking about. This is what any organization needs in order to succeed, including all the great startups that are here today. I'm talking about willingness to pay for products and services, about what makes people decide and what are their priorities. I'm talking about the impact evaluation that our great solutions create. But there's a big problem. It's very difficult to get those market insights. In sub-Saharan Africa, there is really low internet connectivity. It's also really expensive. People are not so active in social media to share what they care about. Many different local dialects. So the most common alternative companies take is market research agencies that are really expensive, take so much time to give you the results, and usually the results are also not so great. So I want to introduce you with Rural Census, the #1 way of collecting, analyzing, and visualizing data in sub-Saharan Africa. We are already active in 6 countries. We are 100% software-based solution. Our clients pay an average of $70,000 on average. We already acquired almost $1 million in revenue, and we cut 70% of the delivery time thanks to our proprietary AI technology. A few things make us different. First of all, our NLP, natural language processing, that allow us to take any unstructured qualitative data like voice interviews, social media posts, call centers recordings, and any type of information in minutes to turn it to market insights about the perceived impact, people willingness to pay, client sentiment, and many more. We also support any language that is spoken in sub-Saharan Africa. This is thanks to our huge network of online translators and transcribers. So we also provide opportunities for people to work, and our AI-enhanced translation and transcription platform. Say goodbye to never-ending PDF reports about market trends and so on that nobody really reads. Say hello to dynamic reports that are updated as data comes in, easy to share and collaborate, create custom analysis, and launch a follow-up research just in 1 click. It's the most simple user journey ever. Everything happens online. You get your market insights in 5 steps. In 5 steps, you pay online, you get a link to your dashboard, and you see your data comes in. We have impact. We're helping our clients address at least 9 different SDGs. In addition, we directly contribute to SDG number 17, partnership and more data, better data to reach the goals. To summarize, we are dedicated, really experienced team. We have a product that solves a real problem, tangible traction, paying customers, strategic competitive advantage, and a really fast and growing market. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Yao. Really great what you're offering here. A lot of people, businesses might need that. Any very short question for Rural Sense? Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Moving on to our last startup before a very short break. Genius, are you here?
Yes, I am. Thank you. Let me try to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Looks perfect.
All right. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Origen Giranenoza. I'm the founder and CEO of Genius Priority, which is a company that has created an e-learning platform called Genius Panda. So starting with our African continent, where it is expected that in the next few decades, our population will double to 2.5 billion population. However, there is insufficiency of qualified and well-trained teachers and no clear demonstration of classroom lessons to real-life application. And again, teaching STEM subject is more theoretical due to scarcity of science labs and higher budgets to buy consumable products. Specifically in Rwanda, we have over 78.4% of schools that don't have access to science labs, yet they teach sciences, and also places where these lab facilities are available, students are limited to attend. You may wonder what the solution that we are bringing. Genius Panda is an edutech platform that enables students to perform all the science experiments and get quality content that are available online and offline through computers and smartphones. We target secondary schools as our users, and currently we are covering 9 subjects that are taught into secondary school. So the content that we develop in a range of summary notes, test quizzes, as well as the virtual science simulations, and also the online classes and video tutorials that enable students not only to understand what they study, but also easy to remember and higher content mastery due to the 3D and 2D content, interactive content, game-like that we do create. And then that helps students to boost their critical thinking, creative thinking, as well as problem solving. So we launched our product in 2019, and until today we have got around 29,000 users with around 8,000 active users that benefit from our platform. And we have a presence in 657 schools as of now. Last year, we got 2 among 3 best performers that were awarded by the Ministry of Education in general education. And on top of that, we also help students to develop their other academic competences. So they pay our services through subscription model of $20 per year, and schools pay through various ranges of packages that we offer. So we've been cash positive in the last 2 years, and last year we made around 143,000 in sales, and we are looking forward to scale up into various places in Africa as well as in Rwanda. So we estimate Rwandan market to be around 55 million US dollars, while in East Africa it's around 562 million. In the entire African market, the edutech market is expected to grow to 4.2 billion US dollars in the next 4 years. So our ask is $600,000 to enable us scale up within the country, and also looking forward to scale abroad, where we'll be looking at $1 million US. So the money will be majorly invested into the product development, operations, as well as the business development activities. So we have a very great team ranging from engineers to education specialists, as well as game creators and artists. So we've been grateful to work and partner with various organizations across the country, and our product has been actually featured by UN Sustainable Development Network to be one among the 50 most innovative solutions that are advancing SDGs. So we thank you so much, and we look forward to collaboration and participation. I thank you.
Thank you so much. Any questions? No? Okay.
No, I have one again. How does it compare to Labster?
Sorry?
How does it compare to Labster?
I'm not very well aware of Labster, but what makes us unique majorly is looking at creating customized experiments that help students not only to learn STEM-related subjects, but again to relate it with the real life that they have in the villages where they live in. So that makes us very outstanding in the market that we are serving, majorly in developing countries.
Robin?
Yes, thanks for the presentation. I was wondering how many languages this is in. Like, firstly, the person's, like how many languages is this in?
For the moment, we started with English because it is vastly used in Rwanda, because it is the only instruction language that is being used. But through the simulations that we are developing currently, we are accommodating various languages. We plan to start with 3, which are English, French, and Kinyarwanda, which is a local language, so that students can easily relate with what they do in the villages when they go back home.
Great. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much, everyone who just presented. We are at halftime. I'm blown away by all the great presentations across the board. The discipline from a timing point of view. We have a very short 2-minute break before we continue with the second batch. Thank you so much, everyone who presented already. You all qualify for Y Combinator & Co. You know how to do pitch in 3 minutes, so that's fantastic. Okay, we'll be back in 2 minutes, and then we continue with Emergency Response Africa. Okay, everyone, time's up. Welcome back. We continue with our second round. Folake, are you here?
Yes, I am.
I'll stop sharing my screen and then you can bring on yours.
Okay, great. Thank you. Can you let me know if you can see my screen, please?
Looks perfect.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Folake Owodunni. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Emergency Response Africa, and we provide fast, reliable emergency medical help. When my family experienced a medical emergency in Canada 5 years ago, we called 911. Within minutes, the ambulance arrived and we got care for my son and didn't need to go to hospital. If this had happened in Nigeria, I would have had to rely on neighbors to get us to the hospital and had no way of knowing if they would treat him properly when we arrived. Every year, more than 6 million Africans die in emergency situations. And in Nigeria, that number is over 1.2 million preventable deaths. This is because just 9% of the population has access to emergency services. Most emergency services are delivered by individual hospitals without access to centralized dispatch and communication. This leads to significant delays and patients being turned away from the wrong hospital. Others are at the mercy of untrained bystanders, and this is why we created Emergency Response Africa. Emergency Response Africa saves lives by providing fast, reliable help from end to end. We connect anyone experiencing a medical emergency to the largest network of first responders, vehicles, and hospitals. Our responders arrive quickly on the scene and provide first aid while an ambulance is on the way. And if needed, the patient can be transported to the most appropriate hospital. Our technology ensures smart dispatching and seamless data transfer from end to end, making sure that patients get the right help at the right time. Since launching in March of 2021, we've added over 130 providers to our network in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt, and addressed more than 1,000 incidents. We are expanding to cover 16 locations this year and have already addressed several interstate responses. We currently charge a fee for service and now focus on partnerships with government and health insurance, corporate and community organizations to drive access as well as revenue. This year, we've generated on average about $4,000 monthly with a strong pipeline of both public and private sector partnerships. The feedback that we've had from patients and their families about our life-saving services has been overwhelmingly positive. And emergency response in Africa is a significant untapped market. It's driven by factors like an increase in the disasters and public health emergencies, as well as a rise in demand for public safety systems and data. This presents a huge opportunity for both impact and growth. We are raising $500,000 to allow us expand to the selected cities and close on major partnerships, as well as increase our revenue to over $35,000 monthly by the next year. I have a background in public health and my co-founder is an experienced developer and product manager. We have a strong team and advisory board of experts that are working with us on this journey. I invite you to get in touch with us and partner to transform emergency medical services in Africa. Help us treat every emergency with urgency. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Folake. Love what you're doing to help and save people's life. Any question for? So there's one question in the chat. Ambulances are expensive. Are you looking at the mini mobility solutions to integrate into the network you're building?
Yeah, absolutely. So part of how our first responders work is they can arrive on other means of transportation like motorcycles, and that's especially helpful in certain locations where there's heavy traffic. So it both speeds up the process, but also cuts down some of the cost.
Great. And one quick one, Gerhard.
Yeah, so there's already one global organization that's doing emergency response. That's the Red Cross. What are they doing wrong?
Yeah, so I think Red Cross has a few different things that they do depending on the geography. I know that within Nigeria specifically, they tend to focus a lot on the disaster response. And I know they also provide some first aid training. I was a member of Red Cross back in school. I don't know if I would say they're necessarily doing anything wrong, but the reality is they have not, for whatever reason, been the ones to be able to provide this service at scale to people when they are experiencing day-to-day medical emergencies. I think they're quite effective when it comes to like disasters and sort of the larger scale events, but on the day-to-day, they're not necessarily active there.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Folake.
Thank you.
Moving on to Sekewa from Ivory Coast. Fred, are you here? Can you hear us, Fred?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you, and the presentation is coming up as well. Perfect.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Just a minute. Just my presentation. Okay. Trying to put it in full screen.
Click on Diaporama.
Where?
The button in the top right corner. The button in the top right corner called Diaporama.
Top right?
Diaporama. Next to Partager.
Okay. Okay. Is it okay?
It's coming up.
Sorry, my computer may be a little bit slow, so maybe you can. Okay, that's great. Hi, everyone. My name is Fred Zamble.
Perfect.
I'm the CEO and co-founder of Sikewa. We have some disturbing facts from the villages in Côte d'Ivoire. 500,000 smallholder farmers have not access to banks and the microfinance institution, and they lose almost half of the harvests, which is very, very disturbing. The problem is they do not have access to an adequate credit with these institutions, but also they don't have access to markets because of the infrastructure, but also the digital access to find the right person to sell the crops. So our mission is to improve their income because they are mostly poor. And we want to do it by providing them with a global support around the world with project financing and crop marketing. So our solution is a digital community platform where the smallholder farmers can find people and organizations around the world to support them financially and to sell the crops through Sikewa. So our business model is very innovative. We have supporters, can be people or businesses, as I said. They can buy e-vouchers on our platform. With these e-vouchers valued in points, we can buy agricultural needs. We can be good and equipment to the farmers. And when we buy the crops of the farmers, the harvests, they are able to repay this money. And we use a cycling system, so the points can be reused for another farmer. This is what we call le financement fertile in French. Our revenue model is based on three specific streams. First, we have 20% on the platform fees for all the supporters. For businesses, we charge $10,000 from $10,000 to be part of the member, and we also have 20% profit on crop sales. Our traction is great for now. We work with 500,000 smallholders and raised $200,000. We work with 5 business members and have reached 300,000 individual members. Our references are very large. We work with Barry Calbo, one of the greatest, one of the leader in the cocoa space. We work also with the GIZ, the German Development Agency, and the UN Agency for Migration. We had recognition around the world with Bayer, Mass Challenge, Switzerland, and also Miller Center most recently. We have a very diverse team. I created the company with my brother Serge, my older brother, with 20 years of experience in financial and business management. I'm a software developer and I'm in charge also with the business development. We are looking for $750,000 US dollars to finance in debt and equity, to finance a processing facility in Abidjan, but also upgrade our tech platform and finance our marketing strategy. So if you want to transform the rural smallholder farmers in Africa with us and improve their lives, please let's have a coffee and talk about it. Thank you.
Great, thanks a lot, Fred. Merci beaucoup. Good to see it. It's getting so nicely recognized with all the awards. Any question for Fred? No? Okay, then thank you, Fred. And we're moving on to AI Scarecrow. I see.
Hello, Stefan. Can
Yes.
you please share my slides because it looks like I have a problem here.
No problem at all. Fred, can you stop presenting? Perfect. Give me just a sec. Can you see your entry slide?
Yes, I can see it, but actually I had edited it. I don't know. Move to the next slide for me to see, confirm if that's it. Okay. Well, it has been edited. I want to ask if it will be possible to move to the next person so that I get my PC back on track. Then I can present.
Okay, we can put you
Would that be
toward.
possible? Because my PC just came back on.
No problem at all. We can put it towards the end. Okay, then moving on in the meantime to Bowetree. Sky, are you here?
I am indeed.
Okay, then we continue with you.
Okay, sharing screen. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Sky from Bowetree. I'm the co-founder and head of product. So the non-governmental agencies and private sector companies that task themselves with improving the planet are coming under more scrutiny than ever to prove the impact they are making in the world. This pressure comes primarily from the public, but governments are also pushing through legislation that makes these organizations more accountable and transparent. Bowetree is a mobile application that empowers them to collect their data in real time, verify that the data is accurate, and report their impact. So why is it important that we exist? Well, most environmental and social development data is captured manually at the source, in field via the mediums of pen to paper, spreadsheet, and email. And this just ends us up with unverifiable claims. It is a big problem when considering that the global strategy that aggregates this data to make worldwide policy decisions. In many cases, impact claims are corruptible as anyone can edit the data up the reporting chain. Further, we cannot know the funding distribution, who or what is supported, and if the projects have progressed. The truth of the in-field data is an area of neglect when looking at the global data ecosystem. Current solutions concentrate only on warehousing and aggregation of this data without worrying about the accuracy of data from the source. Putting our software in the hands of in-field data collectors means a future in which those doing the work are rewarded appropriately, bad actors are filtered out, and the system becomes more transparent. Our business model reflects a typical software as a service business, where organizations pay per user every month across 3 different pricing tiers. Higher tiers give access to richer functionality. We're currently live in Kenya and Thailand. We are an African business with global ambition. This is a global problem across the sector of conservation, agriculture, supply chain, community development, and humanitarian aid. We are revenue generating since March this year. Dimitri, our founder, has a passion for conservation and spent 2019 working on the borders of protected areas with communities and NGOs. Understanding the problem in this context was the birth of Beartree. We support the vision with our backgrounds in management consulting, banking, and tech entrepreneurship. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Guy. Any questions for Beartree?
Yeah, me again.
Yeah, Garrett, please go ahead.
What kind of data are you collecting, and how do you make sure that the data is accurate? And second question, what's actually your ask?
Thank you, Gerard. So the data is collected through the mobile application. This comes through to an administrative dashboard. The data is presented to the administrators sitting in the organization, who can then approve, request more information, or reject. Obviously, this is not the best of scalable solutions, and we are currently implementing AI to start speeding that process up. Our ask as it is, well, currently we are not actually asking for anything. Our current investors are great supporters of us, and we have runway until December. And so we'll be raising a more institutional round about September.
Great. Thank you so much. Jenny, moving on to Clafia. Jenny, can you hear us? Are you here?
Yes, I am here. I was going to ask if you can share my slides, please, if you don't mind.
No problem at all. Give me just a second. Can you see it?
Yes.
Perfect. Just say next when I need to jump to the next slide.
Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Jenny, and I'm the founder and CEO of Clafia. I'm a systems engineer with 8 years of experience. Additionally, I have 20 years of experience seeking convenient primary care in the United States and Nigeria. Next slide, please. In Africa, primary health care is the foundation of health in many African countries, and yet it is inaccessible for many, expensive with the low health worker capacity to serve Africa's 1.2 billion population. This is due to inadequate health facilities, high medical costs, lack of universal health coverage, poor infrastructure, and lack of job opportunities for many health practitioners. Next slide. And this is why we created Clafia, a digital primary health care service that connects individuals such as patients such as individuals, families, and businesses to health practitioners to provide convenient, quality, and affordable on-demand in-person care from their mobile phones. Next slide. You can think of us as a virtual primary care center, reimagining the way you receive primary care with you at the center. Our patients experience a continuum of care in a way that fits into their lifestyle, while they can focus on things that matter to them the most. Next slide. So how does it work? Our patients are connected to a health practitioner who will provide in-person primary care services when they need it. They can also see information on the health practitioner, such as their education, how many health interventions they've had, their rating, and they can also see their appointment history. Next slide. So why now? We've seen a shift in the preference of healthcare delivery. There are patients all over the world, especially with the ongoing pandemic, who are seeking convenient care that can be delivered to them in the safety of their own homes. Additionally, on-demand services are on the rise globally. We've seen that through many industries, not just in the healthcare sector. And we've continued to see investor interest in on-demand models, comprehensive primary care, and prevention. Next slide. Africa's primary healthcare market is $13 billion and growing. This is due to Africa's growing population. In Nigeria specifically, it is worth $2 billion, taking into account those with cell phones and in our customer segments. And finally, our market share is about $300 million. Next slide. Clafia has two revenue streams: our on-demand model, which is our B2B2C and B2C. We take a 60-40 split between the health practitioners and Clafia for every health intervention that is rendered. And then two, our disease surveillance model, providing disease surveillance information to organizations that might need access to that data. Next slide. To date, since piloting in Enugu, Nigeria in December 2021, we've seen close to 1,000 patients. We've conducted over 800 health interventions, and right now we have 11 small medium enterprises in our pipeline to provide care to their employees. Next slide. So what makes us different from our competitors is the on-demand care using nurses and community health workers and our disease surveillance. Can I just go to the last slide for funding? Yes. So Clafia is currently seeking to close our 500K pre-seed round. I'm looking for advisors in health, product development, and marketing in sub-Saharan Africa. Next slide. And thank you so much. And join us on our journey to change the way you receive primary health care. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Jenny. Any questions for Jenny from Clafia?
Yes, I have one again. If we look at your cost structure in the, it was only the pie chart for the ask. You have 70% for ops. Can you describe a bit what is considered? What do you consider operations costs there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So our operations costs include the running costs for our for the tech platform. So to build a tech platform, also to provide, I'd say, like provide kits for our health practitioners. So for our health practitioners that we have on our platform, we furnish them with the equipment that they need to provide their job, to provide the health consultations. That runs from like point of care devices, first aid kits, anything that they need that fall into our services. We also provide a stipend for their transportation and then also their uniform as well. This also includes capital expenditure, so like paying for staff and salaries and like other like what I would call advisory services, if that answers your question.
Great. Thank you so much, Jenny. Great presentation, great market opportunity. Sonocare. Enokil, are you here? Perfect. I see the presentation is upcoming. Please go ahead. Well, and it's disappearing again.
I need to pull up my screen.
It was just here a second ago.
Okay.
Coming up.
Hi, everyone. My name is Moses, and I'm the founder of SoloCare. So, welcome to SoloCare. All your healthcare needs in one place. As a child, I watched my brother Steven die after waiting for several hours without a doctor to save his life. And like Steven, thousands of people are dying daily from preventable health conditions. In Africa, especially in Nigeria, access to healthcare depends on where you live and how much you can afford, which is why majority of Nigerians cannot access healthcare. And the major barrier to healthcare are accessibility and cost. This problem does not only affect healthcare consumers, it equally affects healthcare professionals and providers. And the market for this problem is as large as $150 billion in Africa alone. And the global market is projected to grow to $11.9 trillion in the next few years. This is why I developed SoloCare in an ambitious effort to bring healthcare to the fingertips of underserved populations through technology. SoloCare is a mobile application that instantly connects patients to a complete suite of healthcare solutions on demand. SoloCare promises to transform the way customers access healthcare through quality, convenience, accessibility, affordability, and improved healthcare outcomes. To achieve this, we have built an experienced team of young individuals on a mission to save millions of lives, led by Dr. Moses, myself, a medical doctor with 11 years experience as the CEO, Joseph, a software engineer with 11 years experience as the CTO, and Blessing, an experienced administrator with 8 years experience as the COO. SoloCare will generate revenues through recurring subscriptions, pay-per-use fees, and 20% commission on provider transactions. To date, SoloCare has obtained intellectual property rights for our brand, launched a beta version of the product, and acquired 26,000 wait list of potential users and partnered with 2 leading industry players. To grow this product in the market, SoloCare will acquire customers through strong digital marketing strategy and through partnerships and collaborations. SoloCare is unique as it works online and offline. It's the first to market to offer remote vital signs monitoring using artificial intelligence, and is the cheapest in this segment of the market. It has decorated itself and the only player to offer these benefits. So to achieve our objective, we are raising a seed round to grow our team, expand our market reach, and reach profitability. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. We are short on time. We continue now with Clinic Pesa. Clinic Pesa team, are you here?
Yes, thank you. So I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah. Minokira, can you stop presenting? Moses?
Okay.
Thank you. Let me know if you run into any technical issues and I can bring up the presentation.
Is it up?
It's coming up. Perfect.
Can you be able to see my screen?
Yes, looks good.
I'm Onyancha Crispinos, founder and CEO of at Clinic Pesa, where we do access to healthcare financing. Clinic Pesa, with me, I have a team of experienced members. With my co-founder bring an aspect of an experience in operation, budgeting, policy, and also compliance. And then we have Victoria, who's actually bringing aspects of marketing and sales. So we complement each other and ensuring that we are able to solve the biggest problem, which is access to healthcare financing. Of course, when you look at, for example, where we come from in Uganda, insurance penetration is under 0.7%. With people paying with out-of-pocket expenditure. In Africa, it's standing at 2.8% overall. Of course, the market is quite big. It's a $70 billion market, which is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 7% as of 2021 to 2026. We're looking at an opportunity whereby we're able to reduce the people skipping care, solving the problem of people selling their only source of livelihood to be able to get access to treatment, people having full treatment, as well as of course in the senses of emergency, looking at the low wages that the target market is actually earning. At Clinic Pesa, we provide a solution which is a mobile savings account that enables people to actually save as low as 30 cents on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, and then also to be able to get a loan top-up and be able to acquire and fully pay for their medical bills. Of course, for expectant mothers as well, they're also able to pay for their medical bills. They're able to plan for the safe child delivery, antenatal visits, as well as purchase of the birth preparedness kits. Today, we're serving over 220,000 customers. We've reduced our customer journey to as simple as them be able to access the solution with or without internet connection by going to their mobile money, by accessing it over USSD code, by going to their mobile money and starting to save instantly. We have two segments, of course, with the facility side, which we've grown to 1,800 network of healthcare partners. And with this, we've also simplified the journey of onboarding, partnering with these customers. We've also digitalized that so that we can be able to support and be able to, they can be able to serve better our customers. So typically a customer walks to a healthcare facility and they're able to receive treatment and they're able to use their wallet to pay for the service that they've received. If they don't have enough, we extend to them a medical loan top-up and they're able to pay back Clinic Pesa later on. On the facility side, they can be able to withdraw or transfer their money to their bank account, as well as restock using Clinic Pesa. Of course, we beat our competition on conveniency, affordability, as well as of course through the healthcare partners that we're actually working with. We make money through interest on savings on the ESCO value that is actually growing, interest on loan top-ups, every loan that we're giving out, and transactional fees on the platform. Our revenue is projected, of course, the revenue is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of around 150%. We've grown from 20,000 customers last year to 220,000 customers this year. And we are seeing the growth of the business, which is actually taking place. Of course, we're big on tracking impact. The tracking, we're looking at impacting at least 4.5 million customers by 2024. And looking at our journeys to date, we are getting at least 3,000 new customers on a daily basis. We've gotten all the regulatory clearances. We've partnered with MTN that has given us access to 15 million customers, and we've also scaled our network of healthcare facilities to 1,800, and we're looking at doubling this number, growing to 1.4 million customers by the end of the year, and also doubling our network of healthcare facilities. So when we look at...
Sorry to interrupt you here, you're out of time. Do you have some closing words?
Yeah, sure. So we are looking to raise 2.3 million, which is going to go into customer acquisition. We're doing it in two batches, 1 million in equity and 1 million in debt. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for your overview. AI Scarecrow team, I saw you were just saying you're back online. Do you want to give it a shot and see if technology works for you?
try share my screen.
And Yansha, please stop presenting. Thank you.
Can you see my screen?
No, don't see it yet. But it's coming up now.
Can you
Perfect.
see my?
Yes, it works.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm Isaac. I'm co-founder of Isaac Eco Technologies, an agri-tech startup focused on cereal crop protection. Now, when we came up with our brilliant idea, we decided to embark on a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo. Now, this was done not necessarily to raise money, even though we did raise some money, but it was done to validate our assumptions and to find out what the general public thought about our solution. And we had very healthy feedback with over 7,000 engagements and over 15,000 people reached. As at this morning, that figure has risen to 19,000. We obtained $50,000 from the Cosmos Innovation Center Agritech Challenge in 2019 and $20,000 from the Ingenuity Cup organized by the World Innovation Forum Foundation. We serviced 25 farmers thus far with a combined land size of 200 hectares. It began in January 2021 with just one medium-scale farmer of 20 hectares and went to 23 smallholder farmers with 80 hectares in February, and April, one commercial farmer with 100 hectares. And we began weedicide, pesticide, and fertilizer application in August last year. This is the team behind the solution. We have sellers, the team lead, myself, the operations lead, Mary, the communications lead, Bright, the technical lead, and Boris, who is the financial lead. And this is the ordeal that cereal farmers go through. Cereal farmers lose on average 15 to 20% of their yield to pest beds. And if these beds are left unchecked, they can completely wipe out the field in just a couple of hours. And these smallholder farmers spend on average 8 to 10 hours a day in warding off pest beds. And with our solution, we use a combination of auditory and visual aids that have been proven to work on the natural fear instincts of the birds, ensuring a 99% efficiency according to the Cornell Lab of Ornithology in the USA. Our value we give to the farmers. We help them cut losses to pest birds by 90 to 95%, and we help them save valuable time, an average of 8 to 10 hours a day. And there's a total addressable market size of $50 billion across the whole of sub-Saharan Africa, and we are targeting just 2% of that, which is $1 billion. With our revenue model, we stick to the infrastructure as a service model because we believe most of these farmers don't have the wherewithal to purchase our product. And eventually, at the end of the season, we save the farmer $47. At financials, we have a revenue of $9,000 per month with a burn rate of $44,500. Our go-to-market strategy, working with irrigation schemes, which are developed lands by the government, before we move to commercial farmers, then we move to smallholder farmers in farmer-based organizations. With our competitors, we have BirdGuard of the USA, AgriLaser, Clearfly Solutions, and our competitive advantage is that we are cost-effective and there's a little less risk of habituation by the bird. With our future prospect, we are looking at entering into the aviation space, which is $1 billion industry within the next 2 years, and to landfill sites within the next year. Thank you.
Perfect in time. Love the product. It sounds, a lot of people think it's very complex, but this one is like a very straightforward one. In the interest of time, we need to move on, unfortunately. Do we have Nana here from Grow For Me? Or anyone else from the Grow For Me team here? Three, two, one. Last call. Anyone from Grow For Me here? No? Okay. Moving on then to the next one in the line. Oh, hospital team. Daniel Kimani, are you here or someone else from the team?
Yes, I'm here.
Perfect. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Let me share my screen. Is my screen on?
It's coming up. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel Kimani. I'm the founder and CEO of Hospital. Can you be able to make healthcare accessible to everyone? So in Kenya, for instance, we have about 55 million Kenyans, of which 70% of the population are in urban, are in rural areas. So we have identified some of the problems these people face. One is general consultancy, where we have about a daily consulting of 2 million, with about 220 million registered specialists, of which most of them are in urban areas. So in mental health, we have about 1 in 5 people suffering mental issues, whether they know or they don't know, and the cost is expensive. Also, chronic disease has about 55% of hospital admission and the leading cause of death. So what we did is we built a solution. We built a hospital, a digital platform which can be accessed through mobile application and web. So what the user does is they just create an account, they search for a provider, they can book for an online consulting or an offline visit, and then they get the process is completed. How is the market? We are targeting the 70% population, which is in rural areas, about that is 2.5 million Kenyans. But will be the market, the target market will be focusing on 6.5 million Kenyans. So the current rate of growth of Kenyan market is 6.5 every year. So the healthcare will continue growing. So our competitors, we have several competitors, but what we are bringing on is transparency, affordability, easy to use, and follow-up. So far, we launched last year. We did our first version, and we got some results, but currently we are on the version 2, which will be focusing on expanding. We have about 35 diverse doctors. We have served 1,000 plus patients. We got a revenue of 200 to 260 per month. And then we have several letters of intention. We have worked with UNDP as our partner and our first investor. We have Konza and Countrywide Hub Association. So this is our team. We have I work on several organizations. One is CDV Communication, and my first company is Should Tech Investment. I'm a business developer for the past 8 years. We have Teresia, she is my co-founder. She is in healthcare. We have Kitty, who is our CTO, with a combination of the team skill. We have 20 plus years in business development and health. So far, what we've been able to do is we have approach of taking a 15% commission on our business, but our medkit is more of subscription. So what we did is we are building a Shopify for doctors. We have been able to raise to $20K US and currently focusing to raise 185K. So what we'll be doing with the current focus raising is enhancing the product. We'll be setting up a USSD and a customer care hub and create some market awareness. We'll also be enhancing our e-wallet to enable loans and some current saving of capitals. Thank you for your time. We're looking forward to connect.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Great in time. Moving on to the next one, Hazem, let's read now.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you see my screen? Hello, can you see my screen?
Hello, thank you. Hello.
Yes. Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay.
Steven
is left. Okay.
I'm back. I had a short issue. I can see your slide. Looks good.
Let's start. According to FAO, United Nations, our world population is 7.7 billion capita, and in 2050 we will be 9.6 billion capita. And in order to find the food needs for all mankind, we have to increase our food production by 50% and save about 30% from fresh water. All countries are trying to solve this problem by increasing the food production, and the best solution and economic one is aquaculture. Here in Egypt, we have 6.5 million capita working in fish farming, and 2 million fathens is fish farming. But unfortunately, we lose every year about 2 billion Egyptian pounds due to the water quality and fish loss due to some diseases. So there is Renile. I am Hazem Taub, CEO and founder of Renile. We are providing an IoT devices for agriculture like this. It's a hardware device, some sensors both in the water like pH, DO, temperature, AC, and sending all of these data to the farmer 24/7 to check if any problem appear, to find the best solution to his farm, and give him a consultation about how to use, how to solve these problems. So Renile is working in monitoring, alerting, controlling, then consult and giving the best practice for the agriculture. We have same concept of IoT design and poultry systems and the greenhouses, aquaponics and hydroponics, with total addressable market about 185 million USD in the Arab region. And we have different revenue models with direct sales of the device itself and the maintenance and after sales services of the device also, and subscription fees, which comes from the software and farm management system, then commission from consultation apps. We have real impacts in some clients, like we saved about 45% of the electricity cost on one of our clients, and the other one we saved about 65% of the feeding cost, and it's the most important one to the farmers. We have in the last year only about 150 clients across the MENA region and across Africa, and we are expanding in different places. We have some competition in the MENA region, but we are only one who is working in Arabic and English and different languages, and have software and hardware. And some of these competitors are also one of our partners. We have a gross month over month about 250 increase in sales month over month, with a gross profit about 55%. Our team is 18 people working in Renile, but this is the founders. We have a multiple backgrounds with consultation, marketing, sales, and business development, IoT, and different consulting firm. This is our product roadmap from last year to 2025 to be a fully-fledged services provider for the farmers, to be giving them the devices like router. You have a subscription every month about all modules we have. Our ask today is about 2 million USD in a seed funding, and most of these going to COGS and building the systems and team development and business development and R&D. This is Renile, and this is Hazem Taub. I am very happy to have connection with you on my email. Thank you. Anyone have a question?
Time is up. Perfect, Hazem. I think it works really well. Sheila, Scooter Treats. Are you here, Sheila? I saw your name earlier.
I'm good, thank you. Quickly share my screen. Can you see the screen?
Not yet.
And now?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Great, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sheila. Just like many young South Africans, I grew up in the township. Some of you might know townships. They are highly populated with high unemployment rate and lack of access to basic services. Now we can spend the whole day discussing problems, but we prefer to look for opportunities. We have chosen to tap into the creativity and talent that exists in the township, as we know that the township economy continues to be the lifeline for the majority of the population. We know that township entrepreneurs continue to be excluded from the digital economy, which limits their transactioning and access to market. There's lack of access to financing opportunities due to no credit history. And lastly, there's underdeveloped logistics and supply networks available for these low-income areas. Our solution is an efficient, on-demand delivery platform that offers youth with employment opportunities, creates demand for businesses in the townships, while enabling customers to order their favorite food from the comfort of their homes. We make money from charging the merchants a $30 per month platform membership fee, 20% on the markup of each order, advertising revenue, and delivery fees. Ever since our inception, we have made more than 6,000 deliveries with a monthly recurring revenue of $5,000 US, We have over 3,000 users on our platform, and we are happy to say that most of the people that order are return customers. In the next few months, we hope to employ 100 more drivers to launch in 4 more communities and to deliver 100 deliveries per month. I'm Sheila, the CEO and co-founder of Scooter Treats. We have Butlali, who's our business development manager. We have head of product, and we have operations. We are asking for $250K US pre-seed for operations to expand through our hub model, for capacity for new hires, and for growth communication marketing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sheila. Great traction and really great to see what you've built already here. Any question for Sheila? Okay, go Sheila, exactly. Last one for today. Adama, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Great. Yoko Sante, please share with us what you're doing.
Okay, with great pleasure. So, is it okay?
We can see your presentation, please.
Okay, so hi everybody. My name is Araba, and I'm from Senegal, West Africa, and I'm the co-founder of Joko Sante, CEO of Joko Sante. I'm very happy to be here to pitch our side of Joko Sante. So I'll start by a statement. Do you know that more than 1 million persons fall under the poverty line due to health expenses, and that 1/3 of those health expenses are paid by the family out of the pocket. And these figures are from the WHO. And what is more important, so why we focus on prescription drugs is that 65% of the family expenses are leads to drug expenses. And so our solution for that is that to build a platform, a digital platform, so where all the stakeholders so will gather, and to have a community management of medicine expenditures. So how it's working, you know that so people, they pay out of the pocket and they pay with cash, and so this cash is offered are paid by person or offered by so the friends and family, or so the African diaspora, or even by some NGOs, or the NGOs are sending the medicines even in the remote areas in Africa. And so our proposal is that instead of all the hassle that people pay the prescription with point, instead of money, because so you know, so if the diaspora, if they send money, maybe so it will be misused. If the NGO want to send the medicine in the remote areas, so it will be there will be many expenses and in a waste of time. And so our model so is to use points instead of money, and how those points are getting by people. So people can get free points funded by the NGOs or the private CSR or even program. So other channel, so to get points, so is that so company can so reward, so he's so it's a workforce by giving them points, or even some private companies like the FMCGs that are giving, you know, many goodies. Instead of giving goodies, they can offer points to their target so market. And also people can buy points online. So this channel is intended for the African diaspora. So instead of selling money, so they just buy the points online, so with a PayPal or credit card, and then they send back the money in Africa, and so that they are sure that so it will be used only so for medicines. in the official pharmacy. And our business model is very simple. So we take just 5% or 2% from those purchases. So we have the pilot in 2015 in Senegal, and what we have noticed is that there is a benefit for all the stakeholders. They all gain, so they give and they receive, and and this is our our motto, because Joko Sante in Wolof and French, so means gives and receive, and the main benefits from this approach is transparency, so less basic for the NGOs, and at a low cost. So an end-to-end control by the donor. So the NGO or the health program, they can control any spent so in their program, and they can stop, and even they can change the timing at the target if they want. So as they wish. So they have a full control of that. And there are more so W for the local pharmacy. But because if they send medicines in the remote area, so there are some local pharmacies there, and they cannot sell their medicine because there are some medicines that are offered by the NGO or by the HIV programs or something like that. So out of that, we have impacted more than 40,000 lives till now. We have handled more than 5,000 e-prescriptions, and we have trained 100 health personnel. So our team is a very experienced your team. So we high skills professional. My name is Amakan, so I'm engineer, but when you have pharmacists and medical doctors in our team. So our idea seems to be a very good one, because we have at least 10 international awards, and maybe the two most important are the ones that are linked to the SDGs, because we were among 12 startups identified by the UN to achieve the SDG, and also we are one the USA that was also make it to the SDGs, and we think that our market maybe a big hope, because we are targeting Africa. So we are still in Senegal, but targeting Africa. So it's more than 1 billion customers, and our ambition is to reach by 2030 500 million active users in 40 countries in Africa, or maybe in Asia or in Europe or somewhere else. And our scale strategy is very simple. So the first one is to move from Senegal to maybe Mali and Ivory Coast, and so to the nearest country in Africa. So to link with other startups or organizations, so to have many partnerships, because we know that is very used, and also to improve our technology, because we know that with our app, we can do more and more and more. We can do AI, we can do machine learning, and so what we are seeking is a grant or impact investment of $200,000, so we can go at least in Mali or in Ivory Coast. So this is very clear for us, and I thank you to the whole Google team and all the startup and the investor for the listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adama. Really great to see. Any last question for Adama? No? Then that's it for today. Thank you so much to all the presenters and all the startups. You've done a phenomenal job. We had a lot of pitches in just 2 hours. It's a lot of content, I know, but a huge thank you to everyone who respected the time, and to all of the presenters with their great content. For the investors in the call, this session is recorded, so we will make sure to send you a recording afterwards. I will also send you a brief summary of all the startups that present today with contact details and the one-liner descriptions where you can learn more. I would like to say from my end and on behalf of our Google SDG team, thank you so much for joining here. It was the first pilot. I'm personally very happy. It went really well. I hope there will be a great follow-up conversations that you will have with the startups. And please all keep us posted if you had meaningful conversations afterwards. And we will continue this journey, and we'll have a few more demo days upcoming for the other regions of this world. With that, I'd like to say thank you again to everyone. Thank you, Sarah, for being the timekeeper. And I hope we'll speak, eat, and see each other very soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.